This week, we're going to work on getting our priorities in order. We're going to move through a powerful Mercury cazimi and our final lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. And then we're going to finish the week by maybe not so linear, but going towards our big dreams in a more sustainable way. Hey, it's Michelle from Michelle P. Astrology, and this is the energies of the week of August 24th to August 30th, 2026. We begin the week where we want to balance our need to get things done and our personal relationships that still need our attention. This can become more where we become so hyper-focused and building momentum and getting ourselves organized finally and feeling good about that we may find ourselves neglecting ourselves or other people in our lives that may require the same personal attention that, we are given to the momentum, like I said, of moving forward and getting things organized. Because we're not going to lose the momentum, but we also don't want to lose, neglect the fact that we do have other things. We do have a life, and that we love, that brings us happiness and joy. We want to still pay attention to that. Coming into Tuesday, we have mental upgrades, and this is where the momentum from that you may have been feeling yesterday and to get organized, Mercury moves into Virgo. Mercury is in its domicile and its exaltation. It is at its prime space. It loves it. It's the strongest placement for Virgo. And this is going to, bring greater mental clarity. It's going to have us organized and schedule like a champ. So this is, for making the plan, solving the problems that may have been, sitting and just festering. You may finally be getting we are getting our lives back in order, which from, the summer and just all the movement, we're finally going to reel it all in and you really feel good about it. And now we have that mental clarity with Mercury just entering Virgo to start that process happening. Once Mercury moves into Virgo, it runs right into the sun, which becomes a Mercury cazimi. That is where the Mercury is at the heart of the sun. This is where you're going to, all of a sudden, things are going to start to make sense. You're going to see everything is clear and bright, and it illuminates anything that has been, in your mind a question, not sure, and any self-doubt, second guessing, any of that. The sun clears that up and illuminates what has been that factor, and it's going to bring it back to where now we can see clearly now what has to happen, the matters that are important, and move forward there. And this is excellent, excellent to once again get ourselves back on track, reorganized, with a plan, a structured plan, a practical plan. Virgo being Virgo, Virgo's very practical, and it'll get our heads back on straight, because it seems like they've been, everything's been all over the place, and this is going to really bring that back to where we don't feel like we're all losing our minds, or at least I have. I don't know about you. So, I hope hope you haven't been, but if it is, this will definitely help. Moving into the weekend, starting Friday, it's our final lunar eclipse in Pisces. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. This is the final let go. Whatever's walking out the door, you're shutting it behind it to move forward. This isn't like the easiest and the softest, it's sensitive. Pisces is a sensitive sign. It's water. It's like our feelings. It's emotional. But it's also showing us what we have outgrown. And you can also Marie Kondo it and say, thank you for being a part of my growth process. You start to see what you don't want in your life and what you want to bring forward with you in your life. And this is that time. It illuminates everything. It's a full moon, a lunar eclipse. So in Pisces. So, Pisces is the let go, time to release, say your goodbyes, and be proud. Be proud of yourself for having the strength to move forward, because that's what really it takes to to make big decisions, and with self-confidence. So that starts on Friday. Coming into Saturday and Sunday, Saturday, we may have a little bit of an unexpected twist. We have Uranus entering the chat and, likes to throw a little bit of some surprises and may throw some of our plans off course, but it's not there to throw you off course. You may just have to loosen the grip on, what we had set, we thought in our head was going to be linear. It may have to be, you may have to adapt a little bit. But it can be breakthrough energy as well. So this may open up something that we may have not noticed that may help the growth, our forward movement. Sunday, we have our dream, Jupiter, big optimism, dreams, having a very beautiful supportive trine to Saturn. And that's going to start to us to see the steps, the slow steps to build the steady, disciplined, forward motion Saturn. Now it takes work. So Saturn is our taskmaster. So it's not like we're going to blink, scratch a scratch ticket and our dreams have came true. It's going to be more practical, thought out, Mercury being in Virgo, the sun, thought out plans that will have us understanding the next steps, the right steps to take to go forward. And that's the end of our week. And it sounds like it's a very productive week. We know not too many ups and downs, but it's definitely a good way to end out the month. And I hope it all works out. I will see you next week. So have a good week. I'll talk to you soon.